Hello YouTube, Falagar here again, coming at you back from the horror globe. This time I'll be reviewing Mickey's House of House of Villains. This was a great one, folks. As you can see, it's got some of the major characters here, the major villains at least in the front. Love this cover art here. You got Mickey in the center, of course, and then of course here you have Captain Hook, Hades, Ursula, Jafar, Cruella DeVille, and Queen of Hearts. And then, of course, you got Goofy and Donald on the bottom there, hiding underneath the table. This is basically the main plot of this is Mickey Mouse is holding his Halloween. If you're familiar with the show House of Mouse, I believe it's now canceled, but it's based off that show. And the reason why it's called Villains is because, well, Mickey Mouse and of course Minnie Mouse and Donald, Goofy, they're holding a Halloween party in the House of Mouse, and of course evil, being up to no good, and Jafar spearheading this endeavor. He wishes to basically take over the House of Mouse and have all the villains take over. Basically, is what it is. And throughout the whole tale, that's that main story arc. They showcase a bunch of just fantastic, entertaining shorts. Things from like the classic golden age of Disney, the Halloween animated cartoons, all the way up to some of the more modern made ones that I think I'm not too sure. I'll be honest with you folks, I've never really actually caught the House of Mouse, at least not really an entire episode, and I'm not too sure if some of those newest shorts are featured on the show, or if they were they made especially for this set here. But you have classics such as if you recall, Witch Hazel, when Huey, Louie, and Dewey go trick-or-treating and they get to Donald's house. And Donald, of course, instead of putting candy in their bags, he puts firecrackers in there, and then Witch Hazel sees the whole thing and basically wants to give them a hand and helps them out. I'm drinking Coke. You got another one. This is a newer one where Mickey's fed up with living in his beaten, dilapidated house near like the train tracks and heavy traffic always going through it at all hours of the night and lights and shit. It's getting sick of it, so he basically moves out of this house and buys this high-tech house where everything is run atomically or through robots. And of course, it basically tries to run his entire life, telling him to sleep at midnight when he, really doesn't want to. He wants to, explore the house more, and this, the robots in this place basically is preventing him from doing that. You have ones where like How to Be a Ghost, where Goofy basically he dies, and it's just a voiceover, being narrated by some guy talking about how teaching Goofy how to haunt someone, and he picks Donald Duck to Donald here to haunt, and that was a funny one. They were all outstanding. There's one with Mickey and Minnie. It's a reenactment of Hansel and Gretel. That was fantastic. But other classic ones. I'm just trying to think. The one with the gorilla on the loose, where Donald dresses up as a gorilla and to scare the kids because this killer gorilla is on the loose, and then the kids finally, when he scares them, Huey, Louie, and Dewey find out, that it was Donald really in the costume. So they decide to get him back and steal the costume and dress up as the ape. And of course, the real ape happens to break into the house, and then all calamity breaks loose, and they get caught up in a lot of all hell breaks loose basically. Great stuff. There's more classic things. I'm just trying to remember what. Okay, the Lonesome Ghosts. How can I forget about that? Where basically it's Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. They're Ghostbusters, and the Lonesome Ghosts, of which there are four. They're bored. This is a classic one, by the way. They're bored and they see their ad in the newspaper and decide to give them a call just to basically mess with them. So y'all probably have seen that, I'm sure. Classic stuff. Only runs about like 60 minutes or 70 minutes, not too long. Okay. Okay, it says here, the best meet the baddest when Mickey comes face to face with all of Disney's greatest villains, packed with non-stop mischief and mayhem, and featuring an array of classic animated gems. Mickey's House of Villains will have the whole family in stitches. Mickey and his pals have their hands full when the wicked Jafar teams up with Cruella, Hades, Ursula, Captain Hook, Maleficent, and the rest of their cruel crew in a wild attempt to turn the House of Mouse into the House of Villains. Watch the ultimate face-off as these scene-stealing scoundrels grab the stage for the show-stopping musical number, "It's Our House Now." Fantastic stuff. And when the final showdown does take place, at the end here, as you can see from this picture, I don't think this is an actual scene, but it's something basic, basically around, there's an image like kind of similar to that, and it's great when Mickey puts on his apprentice hat from Fantasia and has a showdown with Jafar. That was excellent. Okay. Can Jafar and company take the house, or will Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Pluto, and Goofy close the curtain on this band of villains? Running time, of course, 70 minutes. Does not really give me a year. It's not all that new though. We have bonus features here. Decent selection of stuff here. Reel of Misfortune game. Test your knowledge of Disney's greatest villains. I actually played some of this, and it's fun stuff. Hidden Villains. Find the Sneaky Scoundrels. DVD-ROM web links. Fright Delight. Disney's spookiest sound effects in surround sound and Dolby Digital 5.1 surround sound. Apparently that's a bonus feature. But this is great. I do recommend, if you're able to get your hands on this, this makes an excellent film to hit around Halloween. It makes an excellent film to hit, being only 70 minutes. If you're going to hit a double bill of two horror films, or just go on a horror marathon, this is one to hit in between two horror films. Hit it in between, like if you're going on a Scream marathon, maybe watch the first couple Screams and then hit this one, and then go ahead and watch the third and fourth one. If you're going to watch the Halloweens, hit this somewhere in the middle of these. Or if you're just going on some random horror films, watching random horror films, watch something like, I don't know, Irreversible, and then you pop in House of Villains, and then go ahead and watch Exorcist. Watch Martyrs, and then pop in House of Villains, and then go ahead and watch the Hatchet films. Okay, so pick this up. Picture quality and sound quality. It's animated. Doesn't really make too big of a difference, I suppose, and and it looked perfectly fine to me. It sounded perfectly fine. And the final score for Mickey's House of Villains. Enjoyed it so goddamn much. Great stuff. Kind of wish they had a little bit more of the classic cartoons like thrown in there. Don't take out. Of course you'd have to make it longer, but don't take out, of course, what the new stuff that you have in here. Just if they would have added like maybe 2 or 3 more classic ones. But all in all, a solid 4.75 out of 5. Okay, there we go. Probably a perfect 5 if they had like another couple more, but excuse me, 4.75. A strong 4.7 or solid 4.75. 4.75 solid out of 5. Okay, so there we go. There's my review for Disney's Mickey Mouse House of Villains. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Subscribe to the Globe. Subscribe to everyone involved with the Globe. And I'm Falagar517 from the Globe. Swing by my channel and hit that sub button. I would truly appreciate that, honestly. And I appreciate you guys subbing to me. The subscribers that I have right now. And I'm at like around 174, 175, somewhere thereabouts, and we're looking at contest time once I hit 200, and I have some fantastic things to give away for that. Okay, so stay tuned. Okay, thank you folks for watching, and farewell.